Hello and welcome to UK Carcast, the podcast by non-sport trading card collectors for non-sport trading card collectors. I'm your host Paul Bynes and this is episode 3 of One Card at a Time. Hello and sorry for the delay in posting new ones of these. As you can tell, I've misplaced my turntable, so this one's going to be a little bit more static than usual. However, hopefully you'll find it's an interesting one. This is from one of the Rittenhouse Xena Warrior Princess sets, released by Rittenhouse Archives back in 2001. It's a costume card, and it features a piece of Lucy Lawless's leather costume as worn on the show. I'll show you the back where it says that. There you go. This is card R2. This was a pack pull. I was very lucky with pack pulls back in the day. Packs are difficult to find in the UK now. You usually have to buy boxes and they're usually grey imported. But this one I managed to pull from a local comic book store where they still sold loose packs. So I was quite pleased to get this. This is the only costume card I have, and I don't think I've got any of the autograph cards. Rittenhouse released autograph cards. Before Rittenhouse did their sets, it was Topps. And Topps did have a couple of autograph cards in some of their later sets, I believe. But I didn't get any of those either. So this is only going to be really a short one. I don't have a humongous amount to say about it. Rittenhouse guaranteed that this was taken from the set, as you can see, costume material acquired directly from the set of Xena. The problem with some of these things is sometimes it's actually a costume that's been cut up, and usually the trading card companies will have images of costumes being purchased and cut up, or they'll have costumes on display at some of the various shows. I know when I was at one of the Allentown shows, the non-sport trading card shows, Rittenhouse was set up there and they had some of the costumes and on display. And at one of the memorabilia shows where there was a panel for Card Talk, which is non-sport magazine's online board, Inkworks appeared. Alan Kaplan appeared from Inkworks, and he handed around some cards that had been taken from pieces of Alias costumes, the Jennifer Garner show, including one that was too thick to put in packs because it actually featured pieces from a Stetson that Garner had worn in the show. So oftentimes when you see that, you can say, yes, definitely the costume card came from an actual costume. Other times it's material that was used for, so it's offcuts. Manufacturers are often a bit vague about that. I'm not saying Rittenhouse is. Rittenhouse has always had their stuff on display somewhere. But other card companies can be a little vague about the actual item that's included in their costume cards. And sometimes there are so many costume cards produced that you have to wonder how big the costume was. So taking a wild stab in the dark, you have to think that maybe it was offcuts as well as actual costume. They're interesting things to find. The costume cards were early. They've started. A lot of companies have now started branching out into memorabilia cards rather than costume cards. So that's props that have been cut up, and you'll frequently find paperwork or documentation that's been seen on screen, or pictures that have been seen on screen have been cut up into small sections and included in a card. If I can zoom in on that a little bit. I don't know that the texture's necessarily coming out on the light, but we'll see. There you go. Bit of light on the subject. Sorry, it's a bit wobbly. As I say, I don't have the turntable, but you can just about see the leather texture on that one. So anyway, that's about it for this episode. I will be doing some more fairly soon, so hopefully it's a return to what counts as normal service for me. Thanks for watching if you have been, and remember, one card is not enough, especially if you're trying to put the costume back together.